Rise of the Rune Lords, Chapter 3, Session 2. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Some new technical aspects to our broadcast.
God damn it!
Wow.
You really set the tone.
Worst intro ever. Yes, you fuckers muted me.
It was going so well. All right.
Somebody had to do it.
So, when last we left our adventurers, they were summoned to the High Lord manor / zoo. A little bit of a tense meeting. There was some worry about prosecution and imprisonment lingering.
For the record, Jerome was never worried.
I'm fine.
I know how to handle myself.
Even though he's at least 1/3 responsible for the damage involved.
I mean, it depends on who you ask.
It is totally
None of that was
Caladriel's
my fault.
It was all Caladriel.
I was just trying not to die, and a giant scarecrow golem beat the tower.
That building was clearly not to code.
Especially with all the bombs Caladriel put in it.
It is entirely not my fault. Somebody ran some giant mutant into it.
It was grandfathered. That clock was grandfathered in.
Oh, stop.
Oh. So, yeah, and you were able to apparently greatly please the High Lord with the revelation that you seem to have disrupted an assassination attempt. You had found some documentation that fluttered down from the ruined hulk of the tower, seeming to indicate that your snake lady friend was trying...
Was a horrid bitch.
Yeah, well, you knew that already. You had met
We
her.
did.
Yeah, that comes through. I mean, she's got a...
She tried to kill me.
Some would say she has a strong personality. Others would
Is that what we're calling it?
would use different words.
I don't know. I was kind of into it.
It's like, yeah, snake half, it works. So
I don't remember. Was it the snake upper half or the lower half was the snake?
the lower half was a snake.
Yeah, it's only upper half in Dark Souls.
So you seem to have driven her off, and hopefully this will... You've at least alerted the High Lord, Lord Mayor, whatever his title is, and he seems to be very interested in specific increasing of his guard and whatnot, but he paid you handsomely for the information, and indicated that he had some other difficulty that he would like dealt with, and he didn't particularly want to have to deal with the people in Fort Rannoch himself, as he described them as sort of prickly, hard to deal with rangers out there that, I don't know, they just didn't seem to get along, was the impression you got. But he hadn't heard from them in a while, and they do tend to drop off the map occasionally, but never this long, and there's been other rumors about trouble out that way. It was indicated to you that there were two possible routes. There was the road out that way. You could travel the road. You could travel the road in a military way. Or you could take a ferry, hire boat passage through the Turtleback Ferry area, and then get there a little bit quicker, though it is quite a long journey. You're looking at least 6 to 7 days.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, the ferry doesn't go straight to Fort Rannoch. It would stop at Turtleback Ferry, and then you'd have a little bit more hiking or cart action. In your case, you probably want to take the cart to get there. But that is up to you. The road is free. The ferry has a cost.
Didn't the letter say something about the turtleback ferry? It would
Yes.
take me 3 days to get it open, so it would be better if somebody else could just remind me of that.
I can refer to that very quickly. Hand out crumpled note, perhaps? Yes, crumpled note. It said, "My sister," and there's a note apparently from a sister. It had a very goading sort of tone, and it said, "Always welcome to come to Turtleback Ferry and serve as my assistant." Apparently, there are operations by this sibling of presumably the Snake Lady, though the letter is unsigned, in Turtleback Ferry. Seems to be some more of that Sahedron nonsense. And this letter writer seemed to be confident that her Sahedroning was superior.
Note to the DM. You need to get your mic just a little bit closer. You're starting to get quiet again.
Okay. Her methods were superior to the simple carving things onto people and murdering them. So we shall see.
Ooh.
All right.
Well, does anybody have any notions as to what way we want to go? I mean, there's stuff going on with the Turtleback Ferry.
Yeah, so let's just go there.
Sounds good to oh, gee, God. Sounds good to me. Like, these other people have no reason to recognize us, right? So we wouldn't necessarily need to go incognito, right?
Presumably. There is so yeah, do you want to take the river, hire a raft, chalk the wagon and ford the river? No, that's not an option.
I always end up with the fever.
Yeah, you always you die of dysentery on the road. That's
Die of dysentery, exactly.
Jerome, for one, does not have fond memories of the last time that we boarded a vessel over water.
Dragons.
And
Yes. Dragons and just
What are you
cold
talking
and
about? That went super well.
cold and wet, and my hair was always frizzy, and it normally is never frizzy.
Couldn't do anything with it. Felt like you were encrusted in salt all the time. Well, thankfully this is a river. That makes a difference.
So basically, we have to cross a river. Do I have to cross a river, or do I have to travel up a river?
Yeah, you're gonna go. Yeah, you're gonna come up the river a little bit. Basically, you'd kind of go through Turtleback Ferry either way. Just paying for passage on the boat is going to be a little quicker than going up the road. But, you know, sometimes people talk about the charms of roadside attractions and the value of enjoying the journey rather than just...
I've seen the roadside attractions. There's nothing quaint about them.
I am not attracted. Once you've seen one biggest pile of skulls...
I've seen bigger. I've made bigger.
Yikes, bro.
I suggest we charter a ferry. As much to my chagrin as that notion provides.
Right.
Anyone else have opinions? Anyone at all?
I agree.
My choice was to go with the ferry. Has Caladrell weighed in yet?
God damn it! Stop doing that, fuckers. I said yes several times to the fairy.
Okay, nobody apparently heard you because
No,
you
because
were.
assholes
Thought
moved
it.
me.
He thought it in his head,
I thought it out loud with my mouth.
very strongly in his head,
With my mouth.
with his internal mouth in his head.
You're doing what
Yeah,
with
they
your
are
mouth?
kind of inseparable.
It's an internal moutholog. So yes,
I got a log for your mouth. Boom.
yikes.
And that's how you get muted.
Gloss right over that.
Don't you do it.
The ferry on our passage on one of the river barges that will go up along the Yandabakari and Skull rivers, all the way to Turtleback Ferry, will cost you 50 gold pieces per person.
Gadzooks.
And if you are bringing your horse and cart, that would be an additional 150.
You know, I've always said that the roadside attractions around here are absolutely fabulous.
You getting stingy all of a sudden?
I mean, I run a business. When am I not stingy?
I guess that's a valid point you're making.
I also believe he
though-
was making it rhetorically.
All I heard of that was, I also believe he was, and then I don't know if it was my headphones or your microphone, but something stopped working.
Quite literally, all of it is possible. I'm not sure.
I heard him.
Glad to hear it. I didn't.
Planning to things the stuff, are you?
I mean, it is the plan.
All right.
Yes.
Please,
I don't
please,
mind.
please begin to play D&D.
I gotta remember how to get rid of gold in my inventory.
Well, if you want to get rid of gold, you could perhaps wear your purse in a visible place, in a crowded public space. You could play an obviously rigged tavern game. There's a lot of ways.
No, I'm
Or you could go to
Like,
the
unless-
Tasty Oyster or whatever the heck that place is.
just talking about
Essentially,
how do I pay gold?
Oh.
Or my, what is it? We'll call it 75 gold or something. How are we're splitting up the cost of the horse and the carriage? Or are we just leaving him here? Because that could be a thing too.
There's no need to take the cart and the horse.
well, please remember that there is still an on-road journey from Turtleback to Fort Rennick.
And similarly, we piled our cart full of treasures. And if you would like to leave it in the middle of a city unguarded,
You mean like it is right now?
There's a limit how long you can keep it at the Fox Club Manor, I think.
we raided the Fox Club Manor and we filled the cart with everything that wasn't nailed down, and even the things that were nailed down, we ripped the nails out of the walls.
And kept the nails.
Well, I mean, yeah, you might need those.
Nails ain't cheap,
They're
not in
handmade.
this day and age.
It takes an apprentice, a good while. While a smith's doing more important work.
Mhm.
Like another iron sculpture for High Lord Brolis. All right, so are you, however you want to do this, you're paying for the horse and cart, you're leaving the horse and cart so that you no longer possess a horse and cart, most likely.
Yeah, don't we have one stabled?
I thought he was just out and about.
Yes, he's been wandering the city this whole time. We should take the horse and cart.
It was the horse that toppled the tower.
Damn it, Shadow. Trained you better than that.
Did
No,
we?
we didn't. I tried to
Yes, we
kill that
did.
poor horse.
And he tried to kill you.
Well, that's fair.
I suggest not just because I'm rather fond of this horse that I have befriended, but also because he has all of our stuff. I suggest we also bring the horse with us.
Okay.
All right. So however you want to arrange that, you're down 350 gold. Hearts.
What is that divided by 4?
Looking to do that, I'm doing another thing.
All right, hang on.
That is 87 and a half.
So 87 gold and 5 silver.
Sure.
Now, does this include like tip and gratuity, or
I'm assuming the tip is included. I always assume the tip is included because I don't tip.
You know what? With the money we just got, I will take that. All of it.
There's
Okay, I'm not going to argue with that.
You mean you're going to pay for the whole thing?
Yes, the whole 350.
well, aren't you just delightful?
Are you
Out
you
of-
seeing my screen
Out
here?
of character.
Are you seeing
Out
my
of
gold?
character. Did you ever give Jerome his
No.
portion of that?
No.
That's the point.
What Jerome doesn't know isn't going to hurt him.
I'm sorry, what do I not know?
If I-
What?
What?
Hey guys, I got us a horse and carriage. Let's go.
Oh, I believe you are also all healed. The Lord Mayor let you dip into his recreational stash of greater healing potions.
Yes, which was delightful of him.
All right, what's my max? Well, I'm healed, but it doesn't give me back my bombs.
I think mine was laced with something because, oh, God. Wow.
You probably had some additional elements.
Well, Jerome, if it lasts for more than 4 hours, consult a cleric.
I mean, it usually lasts for more than 4 hours.
You might have a condition.
Yeah, the condition that the redhead loves.
Right?
I mean, come on, I'm not a 1 hour man.
You're not a 60-minute man?
Nope.
60.
Minute man.
They
Yikes.
call me
Oh man, I forgot the line.
Love and Dan.
Love and Dan. Damn it. I haven't been playing Fallout 4. Sorry.
Oh, we're gonna do this again.
We're always doing this.
That is a feature that is not helpful. You can't drag the player flag across maps that you have to scroll to. Not handy.
Yeah, that was always a problem for me as well.
All right. So in lieu of a different barge, we're simply going to use this map. But it is
Very-
not the same ship.
Very watery.
So you get down to the docks in Magmar, and you find a leathery river bargeman who is going your way.
Morning, Phil.
He grumbles a little bit about passengers and additional trouble and such like, but you do manage to finally convince him that shiny round discs of pretty yellow metal are a desirable commodity. you are on your way down the river. It's
I
fairly
perch in the crow's nest.
It's up in the crow's nest in a very, let's say, stereotypical fashion. There are no lifeboats on this raft, by the way.
Good to know.
Just dispense with the auxiliary craft.
And dispense we have.
Get out of here. All right. So, if you would, you make your way down the river, it's pretty lazy going. It's you wouldn't call it the most nimble craft. This river barge is heavily laden with various commercial items and grain, and its seaworthiness is it's adequate.
Jerome is slap dab in the middle, lying prone and spread out entirely, and trying not to look at anything that's not moving.
She rolls a little, in a sort of sluggish, heavily laden way.
Excuse me.
The life of a riverman
Ugh.
to be a fairly lazy, sort of easygoing way. Though you do get some looks when you seem to be standing in the wrong place for something they're trying to do. It's a fairly small crew. Would everyone roll me some d6s, please?
Whoops.
Wow, what the heck just happened here?
And do we come across scurvy pirates?
Might not a roll, but
Sorry, I'm having issues. Oh, for fuck's sake. What is going on with this freaking keyboard?
a lot of sixes you just had. Roll 1d6 billion and 6.
Why can you see that?
Because you're screen sharing.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Okay, for real, I want /R. It's 1 space 1 E6. Six. Come on, you son of a bitch.
Hey, now they're children
Six.
about.
They're around
Oh
Uncle
my
Dave, so I assume that they know all. They're proficient in profanity.
Wait, what?
I will accept a d4.
I can't. 6. Or
Are you pushing the button or typing it in?
I'm typing it in, but the keyboard is really. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, just do it the other way.
Is that
The hell of a dice.
hit enter?
Hold on a second. This thing is so not working. Roll 1d6. Enter. And then we just wait for it to catch up, in theory.
Or just click the dice button for the D6.
Using dice button is
Where the heck is that?
Oh my God.
it's
Oh,
in
I see.
menus. You
I
don't
see.
want to find it. need to hit enter.
I did, long time ago.
Okay.
There. Christ on a cracker.
Well, at least it wasn't a 1.
At least it wasn't a
We're
1.
going to have to do that again. So. All right, so the first day passes relatively smoothly. There seems to be a couple of places where there's a little bit of shallows in the corner, and you are plagued with a couple of sort of nasty, irritating little sort of midge flies that come over from the swampy areas. Pester the horse, particularly, and Ch.3 especially. But all in all, it's a pretty decent weather for barging. At the end of the day, the barge is pulled up alongside the shore and secured. They explain that they do not travel the river at night for safety reasons, and you are expected to camp, which is one of the reasons why the barge trip takes 6 days instead of what you would think might be a little faster.
What I asked the captain or the crew, whomever is closest, why we don't continue through the night. Is it just lack of being able to see to navigate properly, or?
Part of it to be visibility. The river does change quite a bit, and I don't want to run aground on a sandbar or some sort of newly fallen tree.
Ah.
So,
There aren't like monsters out in the river or anything like that at night, are there? Are there monsters out in the river? Please tell me there are no monsters out in the river, please.
We are the monsters on the river.
RotR.
Speak for yourself.
there be things. So it's sort of a camping type atmosphere at this point. There isn't really any cabins to speak of on the barge. It's mostly a sort of a tent on deck sort of situation. But there's a cook fire in a brazier that is thankfully mounted over a patch of ironclad deck, so as not to burn the whole barge to the waterline. And meals are provided such that they are. It's mostly fish. It's passable. A little bit of grog from some barrels. Make a perception check, anyone who would care to.
Okay, give me about 45 minutes, and
Nope.
Yeah, give me like at least a day.
okay, skills.
So I clicked that 3 times. You get to pick which one actually counted.
Well, we'll pick the first one.
God damn it.
It got better.
Anyone at all. Anything to your heart's content.
All right. Doing real well.
Okay. Scrolling.
I can assure you, Jerome, that if there was anything to see, you feel like you would have seen it.
Are we still on the boat?
It feels like it. Deep down inside, Jerome, it does feel.
Yay!
I don't notice anything other than the ground is still turning and moving.
Reyna, you notice one of the hands poking around your cart.
I intercede. Hi.
Oh, hello, miss?
It may interest you to know that this is not community property. This belongs to my companions and myself.
Of course, I was just securing it. You know, making sure nothing fell overboard.
Ah, well, DM question. How long have we been on the ship at this point?
Basically a day. It's sort of nightfall now.
Gotcha. From my perception check, was he doing something legitimate or was he, feeling around inside?
It's a little hard to tell because he was sort of on the opposite side of the cart from you. He certainly could have been.
What would be the Pathfinder equivalent of an insight check?
Sense motive.
Sense motive.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Does Jerome notice that Raina's gone and talking to this person now?
Yes, you do.
All right.
That there are people on an open deck talking to each other. Congratulations.
Considering that, Jerome is also going to attempt the sense motive for Shet.
Yeah, it's hard for you to sense.
Did mine come through? My thing is frozen.
You don't really understand what.
No, yours hasn't.
Is at this point.
The last thing that I see is Jerome's perception check for a 17.
Yeah, don't.
I click the button. I hesitate to click it more than once.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it comes up. Trakar, you definitely also see them talking. You're not entirely sure if.
Here we go.
It doesn't seem like Raina's coming on to the guy.
I mean, I just want to be sure because, she's with our party. She shouldn't be just coming on to anybody willy-nilly. This doesn't make sense.
What the hell?
Wow, Jerome, that is really inappropriate of you to try and tell me where I can spread my legs.
That is sexist.
I'm just looking out for you. That's all.
I make my way over to Raina.
Anyway, so for my 14, do I feel like this guy is being legit, or is he trying to steal my stuff?
I mean, the lines on here look pretty tight already. Might be,
And I'm sure that we watched whoever was in charge of securing everything when they did it the day before to make sure that they weren't screwing around.
I'm certain that one of you did, probably Jerome. What that is. He's the traveling salesman with a fastidious.
I turn to this hand and say, "What's your name? Is your name Phil? I'm going to assume it's Phil. Phil, listen to me. How long have you been on the river?"
We've been on the river for a day.
No. I don't mean we. I mean you. How long have you been on this river?
I've been working here for at least 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months. It's a start of a long and healthy career. So do his aspirations,
shoes and clothing? Do his shoes and clothing look way too nice for his job?
Wait. Let me handle that.
Yeah. Well, first off, he's not wearing any shoes. None of the crew are wearing any shoes. You don't shoe on board. And his clothing.
Well, you get splinters.
Yeah, his clothing is general boat folk type stuff. If showing no signs of wear or whatever, it seems pretty fresh. Galadriel, I think Raina is coming onto that guy.
Okay, that's cool.
Really?
So,
I mean, I'm not
really
especially worried about her, but just curious.
So coming back to
better. You thought better. You thought, maybe higher standards.
Yeah.
So coming back to my
working them.
coming back to my little chat with this fellow I'm going to call Phil. Phil, you've been on this boat for a good couple months now. It's a start of a good long career. Do you envision yourself as a boatman?
Well, it pays the bills.
You want to pay the bills. You want to continue to pay the bills.
That's the idea. I mean,
how good of a swimmer are you?
Well, I'm a fair swimmer.
How good of a swimmer are you with your legs tied together?
That would be very difficult. I'm not sure what you're getting at right now.
I think you know what I'm getting at right now.
Ch.3 is flapping around. Ch.3, with your sense motive of 6, Raina is probably trying to learn how to sail.
Jerome specifically is attempting to intimidate, and he rolled a 26.
He backs away from you. And he looks very nervous. And he drops a pouch.
Do I recognize said pouch?
It's, a pouch in a general sense. It could be any number of pouches. You've had any number.
Hey Phil, did that just fall off the cart, or did that fall off your waist? I couldn't tell which.
Oh, it might have fallen off the cart. That's why I was, trying to secure
down the line. That's very noble of you, Phil. I'm very proud of you. You mind putting that back on the cart?
I will put it right on the cart. Yes. Probably best that it be up near the front.
I think that's very wise of you, Phil.
Fell off of the thing. He grabs it, but in a way to try to not get any closer to you, which is not easy. Yeah, I'll make sure that this is all secured and that nothing happens to it. Begging your pardon. Sort of squeezes by, way closer to the rail than any normal person would try to do.
I like him.
Watch
I think he's
him.
a nice guy.
Watch him finish strapping things down.
This congregation over here and the obvious body language of this particular hand, we'll call him air quotes Bill.
I was saying Phil.
Bill. Oh, okay. Air quotes Phil Connors. I
was just thinking, Ned Ryerson.
He kept it. Any trouble back there?
Nope, just making sure that everything's secure. Looks all tip top.
Oh, that's very good. I'm sure Bill would have lashed that well enough.
I'm sure he did.
Car accidentally knocks somebody overboard with his wing stretches.
He's up top.
Splash.
No, I'm not. I'm standing next to Raina because I said I was going to her because I couldn't figure out what was going on. Oh. And when I got over there, I was still too stupid to figure out what was going on.
That's okay. I'm sure you assisted my intimidation.
Yeah.
Certainly distracting. That I'm good at.
Certainly couldn't hurt.
So you stretch your wings bigly. You sort of catch one of them in some of the rigging. It's like, yeah, because it wasn't quite the space.
Yeah. It's always something.
It's always something. All right. So, if you would roll me D6s for the night, is anybody going to be?
Yeah.
Is anyone going to be what?
Are you resting? Are we doing a? Is anybody doing watch? I mean, there'll be watch set.
I am pulling out a rather luxurious mat with nice sewn inlays that is only has a silk topper because nothing touches this body but silk, and taking a good night's rest.
I will stand watch.
There are hammocks available for you to place that on under some tarpaulins strung around from various masts.
For the love of God. Hey, there we go. I can take like second. Are we supposed to be able to see that?
I mean, not really, but
Well, at least it's 0 hydras.
I mean, we were all expecting it, but
not how this works.
Yeah, zero-headed Hydra. I believe it. Instant win, free XP.
Woo!
It just spawns and then dies.
It's stabbing me in the head. Why is there a pin right here?
but not before it thought, oh no, not again.
Okay. I feel like I was doing. Oh, hi.
No, that's not. Oh, that's not. Ignore that.
Nope.
Cannot be unseen.
Much better. All right. So, as you bed down for the evening, there is an incessant buzzing. We'll use these even though they're obviously dragonflies. And you are set upon by a bunch of bloodthirsty mosquitoes.
Hey.
Right in your sleeping bag.
What? What?
It's a good thing I'm on watch, not in a sleeping bag.
Well, I mean, they're not like in your sleeping bag. You're in your sleeping bag and they're biting you. It's rude. All right. Please roll initiative.
I mean. Oh, yeah, I have a thing for that, right?
How do I not have a thing for initiative? Honestly.
Seriously, what the hell is wrong with you?
All right, that might take like a day to come up.
Click Shogun first, did you? Room. So, Good news, guys. Jerome, you are being bitten by mosquitoes.
All right. Are they in the area that is depicted on screen?
No, they're sort of on top of you.
All right. You want to settle on where? Okay.
Well, they're buzzing about.
Okay. This is a new spell for me. I don't have it entered into Roll20, so I'm just going to paste in the text of it. And it is Fire Stream. It is one standard action, a concentration of up to 7 rounds for duration, a range of 20 feet. The target is a 20-foot line.
Okay.
And it's a 2d6.
Oh dear God.
And I am aiming up and not at the boat because they're mosquitoes. They fly.
Right around the nails rigging. They take up 10 feet. All right. So, yes, that's 11 from your. This sort of gout of flame looks like Jerome has a flamethrower in his bedroll.
I'm
I
barely
wouldn't put it past him.
I'm barely even awake. This is just me like swatting at flies.
Football practice. Slaps them down for a good amount of
Yeah, saving throw is reflex for half.
Okay. That's a dexterity, right?
Well, reflex for half. So yes, dexterity.
Right, they've got it. Well, I got a 20, so I'm guessing I beat your thing there.
Probably. But it's still half.
So you incinerate a little line through this cloud. There's that sort of burning bug smell. Pleasant. You've got a couple of welts on you. Starting to rise up. Caladrel.
Yeah.
There's fireworks happening. There's buzzing. You're pretty sure you've been bitten at some point.
You said we've been out to sea for a bit now, right?
Yeah, you're
All
pulled
right.
down along the shore right now, but
So I've got my bombs back.
well,
Making sure of that.
been out for a day, but you're going to sleep now, so you haven't
What?
got it back yet.
What? So this is still like the same day?
Yeah, it's the evening of that same day.
Damn it. All right, I'm gonna bomb the boat. Because that's always a great idea. Just bomb whatever. It's gonna go
Oh my God.
it's gonna do just like the tower, I imagine. It's gonna go aft over stern and then just fall over.
Yep.
No, I'm not gonna bomb the boat.
Decide
Jesus
an
Christ.
adventure.
I don't really have anything good to deal with this.
Throw a dog slicer at Jerome.
I could. I really could. You know what? I do. I have a morning star.
You have a mosquito on your head.
Hold perfectly still.
We all know how elf alchemists do with maces when they're trying to hit something on someone when they're holding perfectly still.
Right? Not too bad, apparently.
They infect them with a sentient mold, and
It all works out.
yeah, I guess. Okay. So there's a very terrifying moment for you, Jerome, as this morning star goes swishing above your head.
How terrifying?
Like roll for terrifying. Like give me fortitude, or I guess will would be a better. Managed to stick a few of them to some of those spikes on the morning star.
21.
I mean, could be worse. You'd rather go back to sleep, to be honest.
Well, yeah, okay.
You don't quite, murder them, Caladril, like you would expect. It seems hard to hit mosquitoes with a morning star while they're flying around. So,
I mean, better the morning star than a freaking dog slicer or my sickle or a bomb.
but you're pretty sure you got that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm sure the bomb could take care of like all of them all at once, but I don't want to sink the ship yet.
Don't give up the ship
Yet.
Do you have anything else you would like to do on your turn?
That's all I can do on my turn. That's it.
All right. Ch.3.
Well, hold on. Wait. I guess I can move. I guess through the cloud over here, so everyone else has space to get in and on it.
You could have done if you hadn't said your turn. No, I guess you're fine. Ch.3, you're up.
I didn't take my hand off the piece yet.
Shut it.
I saw
on.
your hand up on your screen before you switched it. You should really take your hand off of your piece.
So have I been bitten yet or no?
No. You were
Okay.
up as I'm right, so you didn't really get surprised.
Okay. Then what I do is I draw my adamantine longsword and attempt to attack them. So I close with.
It's going to be very important for the hardness damage reduction on mosquitoes.
And I get in close with. I don't know why it's being so god awful slow here. And I attempt to have at them.
Well, that does hit a few of them. You do get the sense that it is somewhat less effective than if it had been, like, say, a goblin in front of you.
That causes me to go enraged.
I'm real angry now. Reyna, there is a sword being swung about.
Yep. Hold on a minute. I'm having a fight with my character sheet because I can't get it to scroll to where I need it. Okay. So, I am going to jump with the benefit of my ring of jumping. Roll is going to be +5 versus what it says. If it ever actually comes up. So my intention is to sort of jump straight out of my thing and then depart. Great. So it's actually 13.
Okay.
Jumping straight out of my sleeping bag and then using one of my key points, because I have key points now, to get Are these 5-foot squares or 10-foot squares?
5.
5-foot squares. I guess I don't need to use a key point then. I'm going to come over to here, if ever it decides to work. Oh my god! That's not where I said to move, stupid. There we go.
I did that.
I'm going to depart the swarm.
Okay.
So I sort of jumped out of my sleeping bag and then ran around the pile of crates to get out of the swarm, and also out of the line of Turkar's sort of reckless swinging of his weapon. And I know that there is nothing useful that I can do against a swarm, so I'm just going to chill out over here.
An astonishing turn. All right. The mosquitoes' turn. They are going to attempt some attack on Jerome and Paladin.
Yeah.
You will be bitten by a number of mosquitoes, despite your best efforts to shoo them.
No.
5 bleed damage. Please make.
They don't even have to roll an attack?
That's a swarm if you're in it.
Yeah.
Swarm rules, yo. Also, please make me fortitude saves.
No, I'm not going to do that. What is bleed is red, right?
Also, Raina, hit me a perception while we're waiting on.
So my fort is actually plus 1 more, so it's 20.
All right.
If it's poison, that's a 17 for me.
All right. Okay, so yeah, let's.
Just be patient for a second. I clicked it.
Oh, was that fortitude from all of us?
Those of you in the swarm, it's just 2 of you
Oh.
currently. Or news slightly. Raina, you notice a thing.
Do I?
All right, Jerome, it is your turn.
Have I
Are you
been
going
able
to tell me what I notice?
I'm typing it here.
Oh, okay.
have I been able to maintain my concentration?
Breaking concentration.
Have you been able to what?
What?
Have you what?
Been able to maintain my concentration.
Okay, then just let me know. Okay?
And a DC, make me a will save as well. I didn't realize you had a.
Yeah, that the fire thing is that the fire stream is maintained by concentration over 7 rounds.
Okay, yeah, you're able to dispense with the distraction that the mosquito swarm has, and you maintain concentration on, or you're able to maintain concentration.
All right. I continue then the fire stream. I get to redirect it on each round. And I'm going to redirect it upwards and towards the concentration of the mosquitoes. For 10, again, reflex halves.
All right, so we gotta roll everything. Another save. As long as a 19 is good enough for your DC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right, you fry a few more of them. These lances of fire are shooting out. That one caught a little bit of the rigging. So parts of the rigging are on fire. The crew is starting to yell at you. Run around rather frantically.
Don't worry, we're surrounded by water.
Caladril.
Yeah.
Well, there you are.
There I am.
There you are.
You have existence.
I do. Did the swarm move away? Can I still reach them here?
Yeah, you're adjacent to them, but they did move over so that they could seemingly pester slightly different targets.
Sorry, Jerome.
They gave you my fish.
That was uncomfortable. That's what that was.
I mean, at least it wasn't a 1.
That's very true. Very true. Would you like to do anything else?
No. No, I don't.
Are you sure this time?
I'm seriously considering a bomb, but I'm holding off for now.
Okay.
How many are left?
A few. It's doing okay. Ch.3.
Well, since I am enraged that my first attack seemingly did not enough damage, or so I think, I get real angry, and then I start attacking them by hand.
Ch.3 is flailing wildly about, achieving basically nothing. It's almost a synonym for poor foreign policy at this point. It's just many foes, not connecting with any of them successfully.
I would like to forego another movement in order to swat another time.
Okay, do you have 2 attacks?
Well, it's unarmed, and I would assume since I'm barbarian and I'm unarmed that I should be able to do 2 unarmed strikes.
I mean, do you have 2 attacks?
I
mechanical.
You know, I know
it's low things.
Yeah, no, I know it's a legit question, and I'm trying to find the answer to that question. I just didn't know if you knew off the top of your head and you're just messing with me.
You're a level 7 barb. Level 7 barb. Yes, you do have 2 attacks. Your attack bonus for the second attack is +2 instead of +7.
Okie dokie.
Ooh. Suck it, that one mosquito.
Yeah. Murdered him.
Well, it's not +9 like the thing said, but
Still though.
still
Hit him.
It's high enough, yeah. So you do make a connection. Seems to be bad for at least one mosquito. I just took that health from Caladril. You hit Caladril.
Okay, Caladril.
What? That's not very nice.
The one mosquito you managed to connect with splatters bird blood all over your arm.
Oh my god.
Pretty full.
Oh man, I hate that.
Can I become double enraged as a result of that?
Your
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
your attitude has not improved. Let's put it that way. Raina.
All right. As per your private message to me, how slow is it going? Like,
Lightning bug.
oh, lightning bug. Well,
Slow.
I'm fairly quick. How many of them are around me?
Well, none of them are really around you. The cloud was sort of where it is. You just,
Well, I figured that the ones that were done were kind of departing.
yeah, slightly, but you're going to have to be still sort of adjacent-y.
You just want me to go over there so I can get chewed on. You ain't fooling nobody.
I mean, I have no intentions. I'm only providing you facts.
Uh-huh. All right. I'll sneak back over here. Well, do I need to be there or can I be like here?
You could be adjacent. That's fine.
Okay. So I will go there and I'm gonna guess. How big are these things?
They're big for mosquitoes. They're not sturges or anything, but
Are they like, palm of the hand size? Like be sort of like a piece of fruit or something sized?
they're not like full Jumanji mosquitoes. They're more like a good-sized cherry. If you want to keep a fruit analogy.
All right. Looking for a thing. This thing is so slow. All right. A couple of the more slow-moving ones I am going to attempt to grapple.
All right.
So we'll see if that works. Without like super squishing them, I want to grab one or two. I clicked the thing. We'll see if it works. Ho hum.
Now, ordinarily, I realize that swarms don't have, aren't grappleable, but we're doing a special case thing here with particular elements of that sort.
But I get the distinct impression that this isn't doing.
There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's a successful grapple.
Okay, so I have like one in my hand.
Yep.
Is it big enough that I can sort of break its nose off so that it can't bite me?
Yeah, make me a dexterity. It is moving, of course, so
Right.
not
So
really
just a
strength.
dex check?
I mean, yeah, they don't have dex checks here, so I guess it just
Well, can't I
save.
click the... Well, there's
Well,
a button on my ability score.
All right.
So I clicked that a while ago. We'll see what happens. There it is. Wow, that's not as good as I was hoping.
Still sort of squirming around, so you don't manage to get a handle on that bit.
Can I just twist its head off?
If you could have made your dexterity check, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm still holding it,
Sort of.
and I suppose that counts as my turn. That's all I can do.
Yep.
Can I move again?
No.
It's not a thing I can do in Pathfinder because it's
That's
dumb. Okay, well, I guess that concludes my turn then.
all right.
I have a mosquito in my hand.
I need fortitude saves from Jakar and Jerome. And you both take 1 point of bleed damage.
Am I dead yet?
Oh, also you need to make a will save, Jerome. They're really getting to you. You lose concentration on your spell.
Back.
It's actually sort of hard for you to concentrate on casting at this point.
Back.
Well, now we are effed because that was literally the best thing that we had going.
Is it my turn?
Yep, as long as I guess Josh is not back yet.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I need a fortitude save.
Oh.
And you take 1 point of damage if you didn't hear it.
I did not hear that.
That's good.
I'm enraged. That helps.
Yeah. And it is your turn, Jerome.
All right. Jerome, who's still been like under his covers and stuff like that, is going to shock them off.
Ooh.
And scream like a little girl.
You really hate these bugs.
And he's going to book it.
These insects really bug me.
I'm going to book it 5 and 10.
All right.
Down. I'm going to shudder with pure disgust. Ugh, God.
You can feel their wings and legs on you still. It's ugh.
Are any of them still attached to me?
You seem to have gotten most of them. If you want to look yourself over, you're gonna make a perception check.
All right. So that was, I assume I was still prone because I was sleeping.
Yeah.
So getting up and moving, do I have anything left?
Well, half of your movement is getting up, so whatever. You've moved 10 of what, probably 30, so
I'm fine on movement.
yeah, so you got one more.
One
more.
Am I, since I am out of the swarm, do I regain concentration?
You will next round. It affects you. You're still weirded out this time.
Oh god, they're so disgusting. They're so gross.
Ugh.
They're so gross. Okay, in which case,
one might have been in your mouth.
Oh,
got my eye. How did it get in my eye?
In which case, I will do a perception check for like, are they on me? Are they on me? Are they on me?
You feel like they're basically everywhere. They're probably in your hair,
in your teeth.
Somehow they've gotten under your sleeping garments, assuming you sleep in garments.
Wear anything?
No. I do not pajama.
Then in that case,
that's why he got the really fancy sleeping mat.
In that case, you're concerned that a lot of them may be in and around your crotchal area.
Well, it makes it easier to check.
You just pull it out, look from a distance.
Just look down. Is there anything there? No. then something's horribly wrong.
There's an itching.
I'm used to that.
Oh, all right. Caladrel, you just got Ifrit flashed
I've seen better.
to
Gross.
add to the day.
Well, I need to put that out of my mind. I'm pretty sure a 23 hits me.
Okay, right in the own head with the
Yep.
star. All right. Well, as you swing through, you do manage to connect to a couple of more bugs.
I am swinging in Jerome's direction.
Okay. Jerome, you're hit by some splattered bug.
And this is entirely intentional.
Making it worse. Not better. All right. And would you like to move or do anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Drakkar. You're really bugged.
Yep. I'm assuming they're still in somewhat of a swarm kind of formation, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I use this opportunity to reach into my pack and pull out my net, and I throw a net trying to cast and capture as many of them in the net that I can.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you do manage to hit the swarm with the net. Unfortunately, it's not a mosquito net.
Yeah.
So you basically only knock like one of them down. All the rest of them tend to go through the holes that are intended to keep like
Fish in.
yeah, fish or at least small creatures, not diminutive or tiny or whatever these are.
I throw up my hands. I am very angry.
Did you keep hold of the net or did you just sort of cast it?
No, I threw it in hopes to catch as many of them as possible.
All right. So in that case, this square right here is a net on the deck and is considered rough terrain.
Perfect, since they're flying.
Yeah. Well,
Which square?
It's right here. It's a little hard to see because it's a brown net on a brown ship.
Yep, definitely can't see Jack.
It's there.
I see it.
Does that help?
Okay, now I see
Yes.
it. Yes, absolutely.
There you go. Okay, so yep, there's a rough terrain there.
So I use this opportunity now that didn't work to fly up to the crow's nest.
Okay. It's going to fly. Well, that is successful. You are able to negotiate your wings around crates and masts and rigging and gain purchase on the air. So you may move your movement, fly speed.
I would love to, but for some damned reason, I can't even select my own character.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helped. Might have been because you were under the bugs.
I got nothing.
All right, where are you going?
I was just going to go right above them on the center mast in the crow's nest.
Okay, so we'll say that you burned your movement vertically.
Yeah.
And there you are. So you're technically out of the swarm. I'm going to put, see, one of these tokens on to indicate upness. I'll give you the puce. Because there's nothing like puce. Reyna.
All right. So I got this one in my hand.
Different flashed, and I but it did happen.
Oh, come on. The whole town
I
seen
don't think that this is... Yeah, I'm going to say I don't think that this is the first time that I've seen Jerome in his lack of sleepwear. I'm pretty sure I'm not really phased at this point.
Probably not. I think he's
All right, so I still have this thing in my hand.
Yes.
And I'm on the wrong page. Doop, 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 doop. All right. So we're going to do this again. I have a plan. It's probably not going to work, but it depends on how well I roll.
It's okay. I think my plan will work if yours doesn't.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
adequate to do if you're trying to do the nose thing again or whatever.
Well, I'm just trying to twist its head off, basically.
Okay, that works.
All right.
It,
So I twist its head off.
legs curl up and it twitches.
And so now I have like a little sort of cherry bomb thing full of blood.
Very true.
Excuse
With
me.
legs
With legs.
and wings.
I'm going to hold it over the side of the ship and let some of the blood drip out and see if any of the swarm try to follow it. Or if they just don't care.
They don't seem to be responding, though you're pretty sure that a fish hit the surface where you dripped that. Seems to be pretty good.
Great,
fishing.
now we got sharks following us.
Way to go.
Now we got sharks following us.
You want
All
sharks,
right.
people? Because this is how you get sharks, people.
Like two parts per million. All right. Well, that didn't work. I literally have no other attacks that I could possibly use here. What do I have left of my turn? Did that thing count as my action,
Pretty your
my
action.
attack, and all of that?
Yeah, your move. But
So I just have movement left
yeah, that's sort
to
of
me.
a fiddly thing to do to try to mess around with the thing that's moving.
Plan totally didn't work. So I still don't really have anything that I could do that would be of use, so I'm just going to take a step back.
Oh, and give me a fortitude save while you're at it.
Me?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a hot second here. Boom.
Okay. It is now the dude.
Also, if that... Hold on, I have a thing. But I have to find it to remember what it says. Come on. It's this.
Room.
Oh, okay. I have a thing that I get like a +2 against disease or something.
All right, so the swarm is going to move.
Dirds. There it is. +2 racial bonus on saving throws against disease and mind affecting effects. If that helps.
And,
Why are they following me?
actually, all right. Much better. I need Drakkar and Caladrel to make me fortitude saves.
Even though I'm above the swarm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You are. Okay. I forgot about that. In that case, Raina, make me a fortitude save. Never mind.
Another one?
Yeah.
Again, it's +2 against disease, if that helps.
All right. You will take 6 points of bleed damage as the swarm
Yikes.
descends on you and starts draining you from essential bodily fluids.
Okay, my keyboard just completely crapped out on me. Can you possibly fix that for me?
Fix your keyboard.
Yeah, the Bluetooth keyboard that you fixed me up with. It was doing the thing where I would hit the button once and it would hit 47 times and then it just stopped working.
Well, no, because I'm
I
upstairs.
think it's... No, I mean, could you
Well, that's why I asked.
change my HP?
6. Yep. Bleed. And I guess your bleed. Everyone's been bitten. Right. Jerome.
All right, this is either going to be super awesome or super terrible. I have a few questions for the DM.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
For a target for a spell, what counts here as one creature?
Well, the swarm counts as one creature.
The swarm counts as one creature.
True.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Question 2. Earlier, you said I set the rigging on fire. Is the rigging still on fire?
The crew is working to put it out. A slight bit of it is still burning. It's
okay.
Not like around, so.
In which case, I'm going to cast on the swarm Unnatural Lust.
Oh God.
The range.
Wow.
The range is 40 feet. The target is compelled to kiss or caress another. Will negates, and I would like that other, if allowable, to be the flames, because mosquitoes and light, but insects and the light.
All right. I was full on not going to allow it until you argued it properly, which is how I DM. Thank you. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to make the will save. Yeah, I think we made the will save. 20, I'm guessing.
God damn it. This was such a good idea.
It was a pretty good idea. All right. Would you like to move?
I'm just going to sit down and just put my head in my hands and cry.
All right. You may do that.
Do I have to roll for it?
No, you've experienced sorrow before.
Damn it.
All right, Caladriel, it's your turn.
Do I want to though?
Wait.
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 What am I waiting?
I'm trying to figure out like actually what the DC is on my spells.
You should do that. That's very important.
So I'm looking at the sheet in in PC Gen, and like it has like the Sorcerer 7. Sorcerer 7 DC is 21. Is that right? DC is 21 for a sorcerer?
Well, it's usually like your spell stat, which is what, charisma, and spell level and something else.
Oh, the other thing I have is I've taken the how the heck do I just pull up character sheet, I suppose. Where the hell on character sheet is going to tell me the DC for my spells?
In the spell descriptions of the actual like printed out character sheet, it should actually say what the DC target is.
Oh no, it's just DC 16.
10 plus spell level plus caster's ability score. And then, like, I think you got a special ability for higher DCs on flame because of something else. But
Yeah, but unnatural lust is not that.
very true. Even though you're inflaming their loins.
I am, and I'm attracting them to the flames.
So the mosquitoes ignore your ministrations.
Damn it.
Being all female and already looking to feed the brood of larvae within them, they are not interested in
All right.
fornication. Galadriel.
Yeah,
You did that little move.
I did the little 5 foot, and then I'm gonna spot some more.
All right. That is actually
That's what.
that's actually enough to connect with a few of them.
Nice.
You knock one out there cleanly.
Again, swinging towards your room. Sorry, Takar, if you're in the way.
Takar's up on top of a mast.
Okay, so that's fine.
Takar.
I assume that from my perch, I can still see the swarm.
Oh yeah. There.
Then I would like to do my epic swan dive down, death from above.
Yikes.
Yikes!
It came from behind. And,
I'm not really sure. Do I just roll a fly check for this?
I mean, it's against flies, so
yeah, do a fly check just to make sure that you still know how to do that, which you do. And then make your
And oh, come on. Where's that?
This is an ability that you just made up entirely. Is that what I'm getting? All right. Well, that definitely hits.
Yay.
You managed to surprise them entirely. You don't even make bat noises, so they don't even know anything's going wrong until it's too late.
Right. And that's just the first attack.
All right. Well, you're not going to get the bonus on the second attack, but you can make it.
Right.
Anyway. Boo. So we're going to put down 6. And we're going to put down 4. You managed to swat them. You pop a thing with your wings out and just do sort of a wing beat in your downward rush, and you manage to catch all of them.
Yeah.
And what those you don't catch with your wing, you land on with your feet and smash them into the deck.
Yay. I immediately urinate on them.
All right. That's not
I'm
helpful. Rainy.
like, weren't they right where I was standing? Is he urinating on me?
Yep, your feet are now wet.
Gross.
hey, save it for the flames.
Green flames.
Captain comes up to you specifically, Jerome. Do not light my barge on fire. Don't do it. Are we clear?
Crystal, what are we talking about?
They put out the flames. Ch.3, your net is on the ground next to you. I assume you reclaim it.
Yes.
All right.
Off the record, if the DM was not going to allow me to seek the mosquitoes on the flames, I was going to seek them on Phil.
Perfect. Well, how lucky for Phil that the mosquitoes were not about to be inflamed.
I mean, I can still do that.
Well, they're all dead now.
They're still there. They still exist.
The dead mosquitoes.
Just put them in the sleeping bag.
Are you going to necromance some mosquitoes?
No, I mean, I could just gather the bodies and bomb them.
Ah, that. I see.
Yeah. I mean, I guess now we've got some fishing bait. That's kind of nice.
I mean, they would be pretty good. You could.
Yeah, I don't have a fit. Do you guys have any fishing poles, or is there any on the boat?
You haven't seen any yet, but you've been eating fish. You assume that there might be.
Well, is the fish like pickled or heavily salted?
No.
Okay.
Fresh.
All right. Well, that's nice.
Fresh fish. Right. So the rest of the night passes. All right. You mentioned this fishing concept, and one of the deckhands, not Phil in particular, but one of the hands that's still talking to you as a group, likes the idea and does collect any of the non-pasted corpses available for some fishery action. The next day arrives. You wake up. You are fully rested. Your bombs and spells are restored.
Huzzah.
And they push off from
Are
there.
our hit points back?
Well, no, you don't heal for rest.
Yeah. I like 5th edition.
Well, I mean, you heal for, what is it? I think your con score per night. So, practically nothing. Your bleed does go away, though, after a little bit. So, you know.
Con mod or con score?
Con mod.
Okay.
Did you stop crying, Jerome?
Do I ever stop?
Okay,
No.
I'll leave the token on. There we go. Ch.3, you are deep.
The crying token.
So a day goes on, and please make me a D6 roll. All y'alls. Traveling down the river. You're passing some small huts and stuff along the side. There's what looks to be a ruined tower of indeterminate age.
I have a con mod of 1. Can you give me back 1 hit point, please?
I can do that. All right, Caladrel and Reyna. I guess I'll roll your d6 because you're up. Oh, you got it.
Wait, what?
I got it.
Roll a d6.
Yeah, I got it. Shit. I'm the asshole.
Perfect.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. So at some point during the day, they seem to have run aground on a rock, like not seriously. They pumped into it. Caladrel, you fall on your face as the barge jolts. It's real embarrassing.
Wait, shouldn't
Jerome
that be like a
stops
reflex instead?
crying and starts laughing hysterically.
No one else falls over.
Where's the thing? Hold on. There.
I just want to get that on record that I am no longer cry face. I am laugh face.
I'm just gonna stay there for a while.
All right. Yeah, it's like you got your knee pretty good.
Yep. No, like not even that. It's just the embarrassment of it. I don't want to get up and deal with it. I'm just gonna. This is my home now.
So you go from the flat on your face fall to just sort of curling up and staying there.
No, not even curling up. Just still laying flat.
Okay.
Just flat, laying flat, face down, heavy sigh.
Just planking.
Yep. I am planking on planks.
Hey, Cal, you want to go fishing? Want to go fish? Want to do some fishing?
No, I'm good here, thanks.
Okay, I'll get you a rod.
No, I'll put you later. Thanks.
No, don't worry. I'll bait it for you and everything.
At the end of the second day, and at some point, you pull in alongside of the bank, except instead of just being a random place on the shore that seemed convenient to secure the boat for the night watch, this is actually a small little villagey sort of dock area. Not real big, sort of a fishing shack, but still has the facilities to actually pull a barge up to. And if you would make perception checks, please.
Okay. Waiting.
That happened right away.
Yeah. Just don't rub it in.
I mean, it might have been
Still
what I
waiting.
today, but
Oh, come on. Okay. Can't even scroll. The thing just keeps getting stuck on me here.
Well, Jerome and Caladrel and
let's be honest, it's going to be Raina as well.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, I have a plus 19 modifier, so I mean,
so you succeed.
however you want to look at that.
Pathfinder numbers, yo.
Yeah.
Well, Caladrel and Raina, let's put it that way.
Hey.
Caladrel and Raina, you notice the standing in the shadows of this sort of shack that's attached to this dock area.
Here I am.
Does she still notice?
Yes, she notices even more. The familiar figure. You notice standing over.
Is it a lamia? Kill it.
Yeah, it's a snake lady. She's murdering all of you.
My favorite.
Not that. You notice standing over. We'll pretend that this other color of water is the land. A familiar face.
Wait, who?
It is one.
I can't see the face.
It's Shalelu.
Yeah, it is one Shalelu Androsana. She
I don't know
looks
who that is.
delighted.
Hey, sexy lady.
She looks delighted to meet you. She says, "Oh, I didn't expect to find you here. I'm looking to book passage. Is that acceptable?" She's speaking to the captain. Grumbling. Well, I'm pretty full up. I got a horse and a cart.
All right, question for the DM. It's been so long. I've already forgotten who Shalelu is.
Okay. Shalelu
Oh my god.
is a ranger that you met, who informed you about some goblin activities back in Sandpoint, and you rescued her from a tree when she was badly mauled by, I believe it was the same.
Is she the drow lady?
No.
She look like a drow?
Maybe, I don't know.
The drow lady is my girlfriend. You already have one. Back off.
I mean,
racist.
why should I limit myself to one?
Listen, you doggone Ifrit.
So the captain is giving her some hassle. She's pulling coinage out of a pouch.
I come to the captain. Don't worry, she can share my bunk. She won't be a bother at all.
I push you.
Shove. Make me a reflex save, Jerome. Shalelu gives you a look. The captain goes, as long as there's space. You manage to not fall overboard.
Oh, do I need to do that? No, because I'm laying down. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was just because Trakar pushed Jerome.
I stumble a little bit, but I stumble closer to my bunk, and I present it.
You give a little. And then he presents like a mandrill. Glowing butt.
Ooh, that's cold.
Oh, good. Yes, I'm trying to make my way out to Fort Rannoch. Actually, I'm trying to find him, man. He's supposed to be out there at Fort Rannoch.
I am eavesdropping like mad right now.
Dropping no eaves.
No, I'm dropping all the eaves.
All the eaves have been dropped.
I am making a will save to not utter, to make utterances.
All right. Well, a fancy meeting you lot here. I was, just trying to hop a barge. It's nice to have some traveling companions, though. I'll probably.
Why did she trail off mid-sentence? She said she was looking for somebody. I wanted to know who she was looking for.
She's just looking for somebody. At Fort Rannoch.
Well, you have found him.
You're not at the fort. I'm looking for someone at the fort. It's got to go to Fort Rannoch.
Well, yes, we are going. We are going to Fort Rannoch.
Oh.
Hence, by the time that you get there, we'll be there.
Right. You're also going to Fort Rannoch. That's interesting. Business? Question mark?
Pleasure.
Interesting. I'm familiar with the fort. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but who am I to doubt a gentleman like yourself?
How familiar are you with the fort?
I've been by a couple of times. It's one of the...
Recently?
She said incredulously.
It's not...
I wasn't incredulous.
It's been a while. It's one of the last bastions out here in the hinterlands.
Well, we have reason to believe that it's not going well out there.
Huh. I hadn't heard anything about that. Is that why you're going out there? Is that why you're making your way there?
Before I answer that question, I would like to do a sense motive check. I know she's supposed to be palsy-walsy, but I'm suspicious by nature.
Yep.
And I want to know what I think of her.
I immediately answer the question without giving it a second thought.
Well, I wonder if that will complicate matters. She, doesn't seem to have heard about that aspect. Just probably didn't get the news, being ranger and about. She does seem a little bit, I don't know, I guess frustrated by the implications.
Which implications?
That there might be trouble at the fort, and that it might complicate her thing, like she said.
Ah. Well, I ask her if she is familiar with the string of violence that we've been sort of investigating. Started in Sandpoint and later moved to Magnamar.
Yeah, I had heard quite a bit about that. The string of murders and whatnot. Is that correct? Is that what you're referring to?
It is. Are you familiar with the specifics of the case?
Are you familiar with the heroism that we've been demonstrating?
I
give
elbow
you a look.
Jerome in the ribs.
I have heard of your exploits, at least in Sandpoint. Didn't have much else to do while I was recovering, but here the mistress of the healer's hut prattling on about your activities.
Didn't Jerome hit on her as well?
Yes.
I mean,
Hannah, I think her name is.
does the person have two legs?
Yeah. She does.
I mean, even if they don't, I mean, I'll probably hit on them.
Elven legs.
I'm trying. Yeah, is that the distinction? I'm trying to decide if I'm supposed to be upset that I don't think he's ever hit on me.
He has it on you.
Did he?
In the very beginning, he was trying to sell you something.
Yeah, trying to sell me something is what salesmen do. It does not necessarily mean that he's hitting on me.
I try not to hit on those that I feel like can kill me.
Good plan. Incidentally, I'm pretty sure you should add Shalelu to that particular list.
And if not her, me.
I mean, I didn't say I was smart.
She
I
smiles.
don't think he's gonna hit on you, Turkar.
She smiles, quick draws her bow faster than any of you have seen anyone use a bow, and fires an arrow into the mast near the bow, pinning a dragonfly to it, and smiles at you.
Trikar gets a chubby.
I gotta say,
Honestly, so does Reyna.
I'm quite impressed.
You got to do something when you're out in the woods.
I can think of many things.
She looks you up and down and says, "Now, when was the last time you were out in the woods?"
I am sure it must have been years ago.
Roll a chubby check. Some of the feathers have been ruffled. The jig is up.
And gone.
Reyna gets it.
I did grow up on the edge. I did grow up on the edge of the woods.
The edge of the woods. Is
Wow. That's a really pitiful erection check.
well, he's a bird, you know.
And I said chubby, not full on.
anyways.
Most of it's corkscrewed. It's
Oh, like a duck.
Oh, God.
Gross.
Yeah. See, I was thinking that, but I wasn't going to say it.
no.
Oh,
But
Filled with air sacs and hollows.
apparently Jerome has no filter.
no, the corkscrew thing that Jeff said was what I wasn't going to say. So apparently the DM has no filter.
Hey, I'm supposed to be unbiased. So, yeah. The edge of the woods, was that the the name of the wagon in front of you?
Wagon.
Yeah, you're Varisian.
Yeah, we were nomadic people.
Not the traveling folk.
Weren't necessarily welcome in all cities.
Well, fair enough. Just not the garments, one usually sees from a wilderness individual.
Don't mention the garments. For the love of God, don't mention the garments.
I must say, there's a certain appeal to the function over form.
She looks over at you, Raina, when you say don't mention the garments, and reaches a hand up and sort of feels at the fire pelt edging of your bustier. I like that.
I could make you one.
My
if you
pupils dilate ever so slightly.
like. I could make you one if you like.
Actually, would not mind. It would be something nice to wear for special occasions. But we'd have to find a fire pelt, of course.
I might have to look into my inventory to see if there's any of the pelt left from previous.
So for a 16, was she coming on to me?
I mean, you were getting somewhat felt up a little bit around the borders, around the edges.
Around the fire pelt.
I was somewhat liking it.
I mean,
Anyways,
these things need to be, handled delicately. Let's say that.
I just want to bring your attention to my screen for a moment.
I give her a look and say,
What's up?
it's dry clean
Oh.
only.
God damn it, Josh.
We should.
Hold on, I can't see.
No one should pay attention to Josh.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Goes up to the mast and retrieves an arrow. Flicks the dragonfly corpse into the water along the side of the boat. Pretty much immediately snapped up by a fish.
there's good fishing along this river. I have to admit.
We're voracious in here.
Yeah, it's a little scary. She said, yeah, you should not go wading.
Not wade barefoot.
Yeah. Silver pike especially.
What is the war horse going to say? That's ridiculous.
Nay. Someone's gonna clean that up, right?
It's expected. They send Phil to go handle that.
Phil, my man, you're on top of things.
Where's Gorby when you need him?
Mostly underneath things. Still gives you a very wide berth. Shalelu eyes the two of you as this very strange interaction takes place. Did I miss something?
We've learned to appreciate each other.
Aha. Well. Right. So I guess we're here for the night. Most of these rivermen don't.
I will warn you about some mosquitoes.
Yeah, I always carry this. She pulls up this lanyard that has what looks like some sort of gourd type object with like an ointment smooshed into the interior of it. It's got like holes poked all over. So it's like a wiffle ball made out of a gourd, but it's got this like goo in it, which is rather
Does it
pungent.
smell like garlic?
It has a sort of a garlic and then a camphor smell. It's pretty potent when you get right up to it.
Oh,
Does it burn my nose?
Yeah, you get a tingle.
Because I'm a
I do
vampire.
not. I do not want to know what that is.
It works a treat. Can't spend all your time in the woods and keep your blood if you don't, take proper precautions.
I feel like the mosquito should have left me alone for like professional courtesy's sake.
Hey, not everybody knows.
The mosquitoes could probably find out.
Great. Is this how you want vampiric mosquitoes? Because this is how you get vampiric mosquitoes.
You don't know.
Well, they do come out mostly.
Pretty sure you're the only one who doesn't know at this point, because I'm pretty sure Caladrel at least thinks he knows something, and I'm sure that Trakar knows.
I try to be as oblivious as possible.
What do I know?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
You suspect that Reyna is more than she appears.
Oh, right, that.
Jalelu starts making up a place to sleep.
Is it near where I'm sleeping?
Well, actually, since you guys were taking up most of the hammocks available on that one side, it's actually, sort of a mast over.
Caladril's still face down on the deck, so his bed is clear.
Yeah.
Why are you face down on the deck? I apparently missed something.
You just need to wash it and let it air out for a little while first.
I fell over and it was really embarrassing, so I just stayed there.
I live here now.
Yep.
Caladrel is becoming one with the river.
She's got really good knot skills.
Be the boat.
She's honestly better with the rope that she has than the crew of this boat.
Oh, so she's a rope.
Why does that not surprise me?
And it's a very fine rope with a slight grayish color.
I am actually particularly interested in the rope. I come over and ask her what type of quality of rope is this?
Only the finest elvish rope.
Line.
Very light. Hands you a coil of it. It's surprisingly light.
I twirl it around in my hands and feel its silkenness.
Yeah, super soft.
I never imagined that rope could be this fine.
Well, it does take a lot of time to make, but a lot of the Sylvan elves, they got a lot of time.
Exquisite. I should consider its other applications.
Now she needs to make a sense motive check.
I've forgotten about her. I'm more interested in the rope.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's very useful.
Mm-hmm.
Flips it around, and she pulls off her cloak, which surprisingly has, it works right into a shelter. She runs the rope through it in a couple of different ways, and it just, has panels that make it into a perfect small tent-like structure. You would have thought it was just a cloak.
I am extremely intrigued by this. I was merely commenting before, but truly the function over form here is exquisite.
Oh yeah, you can see it's got extra pockets through here that you can put, some of your most readily accessible items that you would need in the middle of the night.
I continue looking at the stitching and the patterns and how the hidden pockets are incorporated into it, and I'm just enamored.
Stitching is basically invisible. It's that fine. It's almost like the fabric is grown into itself.
This must have cost a fortune to make.
Well, you do a few favors for a few people.
Is it like I can't think of the guy's name, but the guy from Neverwhere, is this like his coat?
The Marquis.
Yes.
I suppose, but it's not really a coat. It's just a cloak. A little less,
Just a cloak. Don't be insulting to this artwork.
Well, that was the DM, but yes, I mean it's. Look, when you're in the wilds all the time, you have to rely on your gear. It does not pay to skimp, and carrying extra, it's no way to go.
I am a true believer that it never pays to skimp on fine threads.
Clearly. Though I don't think your robe turns into a tent.
My pants do.
Yikes.
Bazing.
Caladriel is slightly higher in the...
Oh, I'm sorry. My pants do.
No, but I must say...
I broke Raina.
There's a little hill of Caladriel. He's most high in the middle.
Though I must say that my robes do double as very fine linens.
Oh,
It's that because
I
Raina
can't.
is so caterwauling.
I can't breathe. I'm sorry.
I can't breathe. No, I must say though that these robes do double duty as very fine linens at night.
Well, then what do you wear?
What do you mean?
Don't ask him that. Don't ask him that question. You don't really want to know the answer.
No wonder you had trouble with mosquitoes. She gives you a wink.
Right? Look to Caladriel. He's laying on the deck like a slug.
Oh, and now he's laying on the deck like a overpass.
Hey, I get a good view of Shillelagh down here.
Oh, yeah. So there's that. She sets this up with rapid speed. She seems to have like a folding brazier to set up a cook fire of her own. That seems to have been secreted in one of these pockets, which is sort of like one of those sort of snap and set up tents. It just sort of, you flip it and it turns into a little cube. Kind of neat.
I continue to study every pocket and thing I can find in this mystery cloak.
It is,
for pure curiosity's sake.
It's not ornamental. Like there's not embellishment anywhere, but it's immaculate. And
I can appreciate art in all of its forms. I would have done it differently.
A couple of the pockets have a fold structure built into their openings, such that you would figure it would be almost impossible for anything to fall out, by itself. You really have to sort of get into it on purpose. Most of them are actually like that, just to make sure things stay where they are. It's kind of nice. Doubles back on itself in a really cool way.
I should incorporate this in the pockets of my robes. I'd imagine I'd be pickpocketed less.
Yeah, it does give you more of a chance to notice. Though sometimes it can slow you down if you're, really trying to get in there yourself. That's why
I like to take my time.
Why don't keep the daggers, which she pulls from, you're not entirely sure where, somewhere on her body. That's why I don't keep these in there.
So when she does that, I will. Oh, you like daggers?
Oh,
Check this out.
You like dags?
check this out. And
You
then
like dags?
proceed
So
to
I will produce my Chris knife from on my person that she's not entirely sure where it came from.
She looks
Check
at
this
it.
out.
Oh, that's quite the blade. Fairly sinister looking, isn't it?
It is interesting.
I fumble and produce a lone dart clearly out of a pocket. Oh yeah? How about one of these? Have you guys seen one of these?
That's also nice. Yeah. Where did you find this?
The dart?
This particular item,
Oh.
as I put it back wherever I had gotten it from, I came across during one of our exploits. Let's call it.
Oh. Hmm. Some sort of nefarious purpose originally, I'm sure.
Oh,
Hope you will put it to better use.
So far, I have.
Seems awfully sharp.
It is extremely sharp.
She runs her finger along the edge of it.
I've already put it back away, so no, she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
I did that because I did not want her to cut herself on it.
Okay.
Because it deals necrotic damage, and I don't want that on my...
She dies. Like, you kill her.
Great! That's what I needed.
Shrivels up into a raisin elf.
Oh, phrasing.
Interesting. I generally don't favor, the bow is my primary weapon, but a knife is certainly a very useful tool.
That's how I started out, too. I really preferred my short bow because it allowed me to, deal from a distance. But now I've discovered that sneaking up behind people does have its benefits.
Sometimes it is nice to get up close. Smile.
I like a little closeness.
I like to burn things.
I immediately walk up and stand in between Shalelu and everybody else.
You do what? My headset cut out, so I missed part of that.
He's blocking everyone. He's just got
I just go and stand close to her, but in between her and all of you. And of course, I don't say anything either.
People, it's getting crowded. We should give her some room to finish setting up her bunk, and we should all go back to our own.
Yes, you should.
All of us.
Yes, you should.
Hey, Cal, at your car, are you going to pick up your net?
I already did. The DM didn't pull it off the map.
Sure, blame the DM. See where that gets you.
You specifically asked me if I was retrieving it, and I said yes. Then you just didn't do it. I can't help that.
Well, if it didn't happen, it didn't get done. Yeah. So Shalelu looks at you and yes, it's fine. I'm actually done setting up. There's a small brazier sitting. She's using the knives that she pulled out to start separating out some rations that she had into smaller pieces.
I'm going to go feed my horse.
You? Yes, do that. That sounds nice. I'm going to eat this.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
Not going
Jesus.
No, I didn't actually say that.
Yes.
That was not Raina. That was just me.
At this horse.
Tastes just like raisins.
I will see you all in the morning. I have had a long rest, long journey. To rest and some food. It's like what she has
So
arranged is like a full campsite. It's ridiculous.
Nice.
Well,
But it's only like a 5 foot by 5 foot
Yeah.
little square. So I will sort of link my arm through Ch.3's to try and pull him away. And say, rest well, and we'll talk to you more in the morning.
That sounds lovely. Goes about cooking.
And as I am very obviously pulling Ch.3 away, if she's still looking, I'll wink at her.
All right. She winks back.
Ooh.
Jim winks.
I see nothing.
Ch.3 sees none of it.
But
Just looking at Raina, and you're just wondering why you're being moved.
I decided to use this opportunity to fly up to the crow's nest.
And they use some nice wood on this deck.
Yeah, that wood grain.
Yeah, man.
There's 2 woodies.
You fly up to the thing, but I've got my arm looped through yours. Are you taking me with you?
He is now.
Unless you're gonna resist, I guess you're coming with.
Yeah,
Because you're holding on to me.
You start going up like a barrel of monkeys.
Holy shit! So, is there space enough in the crow's nest for both of us?
To stand? Yeah. It's a crow's nest, for God's sakes.
Just checking.
There you are.
Crows are pretty small.
It's called the crow's nest. It's not a literal crow's nest.
So there are like feathers everywhere up here, and like there's already like random bits of things and twigs. You pretty much have to blame Ch.3 for that.
Nice. Don't know where he's even finding the twigs.
No, you
So,
have no idea. He's probably keeping them with him or something.
Right? Got them in his secret pocket somewhere. So, thanks for the lift.
It's like a button.
Mockingbird now?
I brought you up here for a reason.
Okay.
The reason I brought you up here was because I don't trust those 2 around Ch.3. Not that she cannot handle herself, but like you, sometimes I think others like to take advantage of her.
So, you don't trust Jerome or Caladrel to be alone around Ch.3. So
Yes.
You and I have gotten pretty much as far away as we can get and left those 2 on the deck with Ch.3.
No. We came up here to talk, and plus, I can get down there very quickly.
Duly noted.
I mean,
so what?
I can throw you down there as fast as I can fly down there, but I don't think that's a good idea.
No, not my favorite plan. So it's obvious why you think that Jerome is inappropriate, but isn't Caladrel involved with
Akiko?
I'm sure Rain. What's her name?
Amico, yes.
Amico, yeah. Amico. Sorry, I'm sure Raina remembered the name.
Glassworks.
I totally spaced on it.
Yes, I believe he is in some sort of relation with that one. However, that doesn't stop him from doing or saying inappropriate things. And I just don't trust him.
Well, right now it just seems like he's being very up close and personal with the deck boards.
That
but,
is true.
I mean,
He
if
is
that
not.
changes.
I don't trust him with the deck.
Yeah.
Looking for a knothole.
Any port in the storm.
Hey, $20 is $20.
Jesus. We've taken a turn.
You want to size that right, or you find yourself in a pickle. Timing.
So, Jerome, you know, what sort of things are you worried about, like Jerome saying or doing around Shalelu?
I don't know. I don't understand all these different creatures and all these different peoples, but I just something about him. He seems sleazy.
Well, he is a bit of a whore. Wasn't he with what's her face and her sister separately?
Green vendor.
I don't know, but that seems
Yeah.
like something he would do.
Last time you saw Katrine, like he flirted with her,
She
I
was-
think, at the festival, and then the last time you saw her, she was half a girl.
Yeah, she was super dead, but like that was after the fact. But I know that he was super going after Shayless.
He's banged every girl he can get in. That's the concern.
So
that I
what
have.
you're saying is that you don't want him to then move on to Shalelu.
Yes. Precisely. She doesn't deserve that.
So
I am cock blocking him, but it's from a place of general caring about her well-being.
Now
So you're
that
cock-blocking
I
Jerome?
find to be yes, cock blocking Jerome.
Well, he needs that anyways. He's gotten too much anyways.
Well, that's what we're saying, but
It's not from a point
I'm
of being
very-
spiteful.
but we are a little spiteful. I'm very intrigued by this response because usually you had a sort of don't give a shit attitude to his whoring. Why the sudden change of heart?
Because she seems to be decent. The other ones, well, wenches, really.
Yes. Do I take it that you have
Shayless.
taken a little shine to our
My father's.
elven friend?
No more than I have taken a shine to you.
Wow.
Just simply-
Crow's Nest
I-
got real uncomfortable.
Sit. Not like that, you weirdo.
Car, I like you as a friend.
Hey, come on, guys. Let's keep this PG-17. This is getting too high school romance.
No. That's
Calico starts to sparkle.
That's there you go. No,
God.
that's exactly my point. I don't have any feelings for you or for her. Just I genuinely care about her well-being and what's good for her, like I do for you. And I just don't trust that heathen. And I point directly at him.
I wave.
Of course he does.
Hi, guys.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Would it surprise you particularly to learn that I have a bit of an interest in her?
Well, no, but at least I trust you.
I appreciate that. I was wondering how you felt about her because I'm certainly not going to hold off any advances on Jerome's behalf. But if you had a claim on her, I would step back.
No.
And of course, by claim, I don't mean that you had any right to her if she did not feel likewise. I just mean, I wouldn't be fighting against you for any affections that she may be willing to throw around.
I understand. No, that's not the case. Do you remember the one drow actress we met a while back?
Yeah, the one who saved our asses when we were dealing with the Barghast. I do very vividly remember her.
Yeah, no, I have a thing for her.
Oh my gosh, do you really? How very interesting.
Yeah.
So, at this point, because Turkar is my pretty much only friend, I am trying to devise a way that
braiding his feathers.
no, the next time we see this drow, like I'm going to try to help his situation because I want him to be happy.
Incidentally, was from the when I made the fire pelt bodice for Reyna, was there leftover fire pelt?
I don't think so.
Darn it!
I think you had to make some really
I
inconvenient.
think that was why I ended up having just like a little capelet thing instead of a more.
Oh right, the capelet. Okay, never mind.
I think
It
you
did-
had to make a bunch of really inconvenient cuts for quantity preservation in order to get the patterning you wanted.
It wasn't just that. I seem to remember smoking an old lady with the animal and then getting arrested, and you guys
But I
couldn't
don't
really
think that-
carry it.
Oh, that wouldn't have damaged the pelt
I
at
don't-
all.
Old lady.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think
Old lady
that damaged the fur.
I know that's preposterous.
It wasn't necessarily an old lady. It was a grieving widow, a freshly grieving widow.
Same
No,
difference.
That enhances the tanning that then was later done.
Widow's tears.
the tears were very effective in
One of the primary ingredients
Supple
in the
leather.
tanning solution.
All right.
So you.
All right. Well, good talk. I can probably just climb down the old-fashioned way if you'd like to stay up here and keep a bird's eye view of things. No pun intended.
No.
Jerome is attempting to stitch new hidden pockets onto the insides of his robes, given the things he has just seen in the lady's cloak.
I'm so glad that ended with robes, because I was really afraid that it was going to end with horse.
No. I mean, it could eventually be saddlebags, but for the moment, I'm attempting it on robes.
Poor Shadow.
Stop stitching pockets onto the inside of the horse. It's hard to
Really
see.
hard to get at for one thing.
Yeah, it's dark inside a horse.
And I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
So yeah, you're attempting to replicate some of these. You think you've got the fold structure down for those sort of capture pockets. Make me a profession check, please.
Oh, I will.
Drakkar, you're up there. You rearrange a couple of the sticks that Reyna had moved slightly,
Of course.
and you pick up that.
I
rock.
didn't move them on purpose. I know better than that.
You pick up that rock that you have that you've sort of carved. It's sort of a blackish rock, and it's sort of head-shaped, and you've carved some drow figure face things into the front of it. You sort of put that in pride of place in the corner of your ritualistically managed nest.
All right. I don't know why I don't have a button for it in Roll20, but
Yeah, you managed to sew a couple of them closed. So now they're not pockets, they're like patches.
Well, no one's gonna get into this one.
Something went wrong. I think you left your needle in one of them, which shouldn't be possible. You should not have been able to sew the needle into the pocket, but you did.
Damn, I'm gonna have to go take a look at hers again.
Okay.
Which mast is the crow's nest attached to?
Center mass.
The central one here?
Yeah.
All right. So I've climbed down now, right?
Yes. Yeah, Tricard did his
All right. So
stupid
I would be roughly here.
standing on him. Yep. Jerome, I guess you come striding over to Shalala, who was tucking herself in at that point.
I'm just peeking at your pockets again.
Well, a lady requires some privacy.
Oh no, I won't be able to. But a minute.
Jerome, dude, what the hell?
What?
Leave the lady alone. You can look at her stuff in the morning. This is totally inappropriate.
Okay.
I fly down there.
Shoo! Shoo! I literally do
Caught
the
in
hand
some of
flapping,
the
shoot him away.
You look like a fly in a spider's web as you get about halfway to the deck and then are sort of suspended from a wing, and it's ugly.
Dangling by a foot. So I'm shooing Jerome away with like the hand flapping. Just shoo. You get out of here. Go back to your own bed.
All right, fine.
And I turn
But
to.
just so you know, I was gonna fix up your bodice next.
I appreciate that at, the appropriate time of day. So as I turn to apologize to Shalelu for my friend's, what's the word?
Wordness?
Bizarre manner and, complete lack of consideration, I see Trikar get tangled up in the rigging and go, oh, dear God.
He manages to go from a insect stuck in a spider web to a short burst of Cirque du Soleil, ribbon acrobat work.
I was trying to get out of it.
Yeah. And he's he rolls out of some of it in a strange way, and he's got a leg lock around some of it, so he winds up down to basically deck level, but upside down.
Wait, don't damage any of the ropes. Just hold still for a second. I will climb, up to where the offending piece of rope is and try to untie him.
Okay.
So that he doesn't damage any of the rigging.
Yeah.
He's like Jeremy in the Rats of Nim.
Trying to climb back up while you're doing this, but his abs let him down. Can't quite crunch. That crunch.
There. It is still sleight of hand for rope work, right?
Yep. You artfully disentangle him.
Do I need to
fall onto the deck?
I was going to say, do I need to roll a reflex save for the fall?
It wasn't that far, so you're not going to take damage. You can roll a save to see how elegantly you manage it. Yeah, super elegantly. You do a roll and then pop up.
Stand up like nothing happened. It all went according to plan.
Yeah, and start looking at your wrist like there's a watch there. But there isn't.
What's a watch?
My sundial's off.
I loop an elbow through the rigging so that I don't fall, and I applaud his expert landing.
I bow.
Phil, over in the corner, starts nervously clapping because he thinks that it's something he should be doing.
I look at Neil and I look at Phil and just shake my head no.
He slowly.
This is not for you.
Slowly stops clapping. just sort of peters off in the most
And then
pathetic way possible.
my shaking turns to nodding.
He hangs his head and leaves.
I climb down and whisper into Car's ear. The ending was maybe good enough for everyone to forget how that all started.
That's what she
And
said.
I pat him on the shoulder and tell him to be careful.
We shall not speak of this again.
Doesn't matter how good the ending
Duly
is.
noted.
Intent is still important, Jerome. All right, so Shillelagh tucks herself in. She pokes her head out one last time and blows out the little portable lantern that she pulled out of somewhere that's hanging up next to the cloak tent that she's created. And everyone seems to be tucking in for the night. Are you going to let the crew watch? You all sleeping? What's going on?
I will take first watch tonight. I don't know that I ever made it to my watch last night.
Right. All right. Roll me a d6, please.
Is that everybody?
Like a D6.
Nice.
Calijo spends the night on the deck face down.
No. All right. So, Raina, specifically, you take first watch. It's all pretty quiet, and it goes by fairly uneventfully. You're pretty sure that Caladril is snoring into the deck.
There's definitely a puddle of drool.
Can I try to turn his head ever so slightly to clear his airway a little bit? I don't want him to suffocate in his sleep.
Yeah, you could do that, I suppose. Jakar seems to be making soft little bird sounds, barely audible in his sleep. You notice some sort of wild, four-legged, maybe sort of canine-looking animal come to the side of the river on the opposite shore and get a drink and then leave. As its eyes sort of flash towards you in the moonlight. Scampers
Interesting.
away. You hear the distant howls of other animals, but everything seems to be at a distance, and there doesn't seem to be any particular danger. You're into your thing there. There's some crew relieves you from your watch. Pleased to have gotten a little sack time themselves, I believe. And I will call the session there, leaving the following morning for a further day. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good night, everybody.